Welcome to the Center for Career Development Resume Writing Assignment video. This video will cover the following topics: the Center for Career Development, also known as the CCD, and Personalized Career Plan, resources and services, an overview of the resume writing assignment, the importance of having a college resume, and resume basics. You should have a printed copy of your first draft resume so you can take notes throughout this video. The CCD offers many resources and services for UConn students, including resume critiques and cover letter reviews. We also offer career coaching, which consists of one-on-one sessions with a career consultant, where students receive advice on a variety of topics, from what to consider when choosing a major, to how to conduct a professional job search, to everything in between. Additionally, we offer practice interviews, help with internships and co-ops, and host career fairs, networking events, on-campus interviewing, graduate school search and preparation, professional portraits, and LinkedIn consultations. Another great resource we offer is the Personalized Career Plan. A personalized career plan is for undergraduate students to build their own career plan based on their unique needs and goals. A career plan isn't a one-time document, but rather a way to develop and manage short-term and long-term goals you have set for yourself. Making a career plan as a first-year student will enable you to continue adding goals and action steps as your plans progress. Creating a career plan will help you make informed decisions about how your experiences at UConn will impact your future career. You can design your own personalized career plan on our website, career.uconn.edu/personalizedcareerplan. Now let's talk about the assignment. The CCD resume writing assignment is a two-part assignment. Part 1 is an in-class presentation. If you missed class the day of the in-class presentation, this video serves as a replacement and contains the same information. During this presentation, you should be taking notes on a printed copy of your first draft resume. This is very important because you will receive points for the notes you take. Part 2 is a small group resume workshop that takes place in our office in Wilbur Cross, room 202. The workshop will go more in depth about some of the concepts you learn about in this video, as well as activities in building bullet point statements and identifying your transferable skills. To complete this assignment, you will need to hand in the following documents: your first draft resume with notes and a stamp from the small group resume workshop, which you will receive at the end of the workshop, and a final draft resume. This draft should be edited based on your notes from your first draft resume. Your instructor will provide you with a copy of a grading rubric for this assignment. So let's talk about resumes. A resume is a document that highlights your education, experiences, and accomplishments to potential employers and graduate schools. You're probably wondering, why should I write a resume now? Having a college resume now will help you keep track of what you do throughout your time at UConn, show you what skills you're missing that you would like to gain and strengthen, and help you identify what skills and knowledge you need to focus on for your future. When creating your resume, there are some general rules you should follow. Undergraduate resumes should be 1 page, however, graduate programs may require longer. Margin should be a 1/2 inch to 1 inch, with a font size ranging from 10.5 to 12. Overall, the format of your resume should be consistent. List month, year, organization, company, location, and position title, and use bolds and italics consistently. Choose a common font that can easily be read on any computer, such as Times New Roman or Arial, and avoid using tables or grids, as well as avoid abbreviations except for states, and no templates. Some other general rules are no typos. Don't rely completely on spell check. When writing, use third person. Your resume should not contain any personal pronouns, such as I, me, my, and their. Lastly, pay attention to tense. If you are currently in a position, use the present tense. If you are no longer at a position, be sure to use the past tense. The next few slides will contain videos based on the various sections on your resume. Pay close attention and remember to take notes on your own resume.
At the top of your resume is your contact information, which contains your full name, address, phone number, and email. Your name should be in large, bold letters. Underneath your name, list your address. You can use your home or school address, but only include one. Make sure to write out the entire address. States are the only abbreviation you should have on your resume, so words like drive, avenue, or street should be written out. Include a phone number that has a professional voicemail setup. Then list your UConn email address. Using your UConn email address associates you with one of the top public universities in the country and connects you to the many employers UConn works with. If you choose to use a personal email, make sure it's professional. Old emails such as sportsgirl20@gmail.com or toocoolforschool@hotmail.com are no longer acceptable. After your contact information, the next section on your resume is the objective statement. As a first-year student, you may not be applying for a specific position or in a particular field. However, when you do have something specific you are applying for, be sure to include an objective statement. It makes a good impression and allows you to showcase your interests and skills to employers immediately. Objective statements include the following components: type of position or the title of the position you are applying for, the company, organization, field, or industry, and the top 3 skills you possess that are the most relevant to the position. Generally, these skills can be found in the position's description. For example, if you are seeking to obtain a part-time summer job as a lifeguard, you might include skills such as teamwork, problem solving, and communication. The skills you have in your objective statement should be showcased throughout your resume by the various experiences, activities, organizations, and other opportunities you become involved with throughout your time at UConn. Next is the education section. List the University of Connecticut, Storrs, Connecticut. Do not abbreviate it to UConn. Under that, list your degree. For most students, it will be listed as Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science, followed by your major. Next to your degree, list the month and year you will graduate. Students who are undecided on a major or in the ACES program can write Bachelor of Arts, undeclared major, and then the month and year you will graduate. Underneath, you can write emerging academic interest, and then the major you're thinking about selecting. If you have a minor, concentration, or track, you can list that under your degree information. If you're in the honors program, list your degree and write honors program underneath. Although you do not currently have a GPA, consider adding it next semester if you have a 3.0 or above. To do so, list your GPA out of a 4.0 scale directly underneath the line with your degree. Next to your GPA, you can list academic awards or scholarships you might have received. As a first-year student, you can list your high school information underneath your UConn information, using the same format. Instead of saying Bachelor of Arts or Science, you will say high school diploma. However, now that you are in college, it is important to remember that your high school information should be removed by your junior year. The experience section on your resume is where you can list different work experiences, including part-time jobs and internships. For each experience, there are several components you must include: name of the company or organization, city and state where they were located, your job title, and the month and year you started and ended the position. If you are currently still working there, you can write your start month and year, and then write present. The activity section on your resume has a similar format to the experience section, but it is a separate category. Here you can list clubs, organizations, and the other experiences you have been involved with on and off campus, such as volunteering. After you have the basic information written for each experience and activity, you will write bullet point statements underneath. Bullet point statements describe what was accomplished or learned in a certain experience and allows individuals to understand how each experience relates to the one you are applying for. In general, each experience should have between 1 to 3 bullet point statements, depending on your level of involvement and how relevant it is to the position for which you are applying. All experiences within each section should be organized in reverse chronological order. That means you will list your most recent experience directly below the section heading, and then continue listing experiences, ending with your oldest position. This allows employers to see what you're currently involved in, but also highlights your background and how you progressed to where you are now. Another section to include on your resume is the skills section. These are different from the skills you listed in your objective statement. These should be hard skills, which are skills that are specific, teachable abilities that can be defined and measured, such as the ability to use software programs or CPR certification. You can separate your hard skills into different categories, such as language, computer, or laboratory. You may also use descriptors before each section, such as proficient in, basic knowledge of, or fluent in. Do not say you're proficient in a program or fluent in a language that you are not. Regardless of your major, it is important to put computer skills on your resume, even if they are general programs like Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. Skills will vary for each major, industry, and field, so be sure to find out what skills are needed for your specific area of interest.
Flash forward to your senior year, and imagine that your high school information is not included in your resume, since this information is typically removed by junior year. What would your resume look like? Although you are a first-year student, you should be thinking ahead about opportunities you want to be involved with that will help fill that empty space. Look at the 2 resumes on the screen. Jonathan Husky had his first college resume, and then after 4 years, his resume evolved into the ones on the screen. There are 2 different resumes that demonstrate the same information in 2 different ways. Pause the video and take a few minutes to look at each of the resumes. Note the section headings, what sections are toward the top of the resume, the format, and other general guidelines. Done? Which resume would you choose to hire? What did you know about the appearance of each resume? Resume A chose to write a very specific objective and highlight their museum experience towards the top, indicating this experience with the heading Museum Experience. Whereas Resume B has their computer skills listed towards the top, followed by work experience, which includes museum experience and his employment at a grocery store. Keep this in mind when creating your own document or editing a current resume. Think about what sections you want to highlight to a potential employer or graduate school. You have just completed part 1 of this assignment, which included learning about resume basics, why it's important to have a college resume as a first-year student, and information about the CCD. The small group resume workshop will help you think about the following concepts: getting involved so that you will have experience to add to your resume, determining what skills you've gained so far and what skills you want to gain from future experiences, and lastly, how to use CCD services and resources to help you articulate those experiences and skills. For the next part of this assignment, please bring your first draft resume. This should be the same resume that you took notes on during this video.